After narrowly escaping France with a 1-point win in the gold medal round, everyone was excited to see members of Team USA go back and play in the WNBA. Having 3 gold medalists on their lineup, the Phoenix Mercury is one of those teams that were pretty stoked to see the WNBA resuming action. So much so that they posted a hype video on TikTok, but also not forgetting to throw some petty pot shots on the side.
I miss the WNBA. Caitlin, where are you?
Who's Caitlin? I'm here for Taurasi.
Fell off in the club just to show the
I mean, their social media team just woke up and chose violence for some reason by launching an unprovoked attack against Caitlin Clark ahead of the matchup between the Fever and Mercury. Now, despite the utter disrespect, Caitlin brushed it aside and just patiently waited for the day of the game, and when it finally arrived, let's just say that she took it personal as she went God mode on them throughout 48 minutes.
Here is Clark off the screen, launches, and drops a triple. Fever, by the way, had just 2 first-half turnovers. They've had 7 here in the third quarter. Clark step back on a deep 2. Oh, gets the shooter's touch. Man, a 20-year veteran, Diana Taurasi, dialing back.
I mean, if those 2 plays could only speak words, I'm pretty sure that it would say, "I told you so." I mean, coming off the Olympic break, Caitlin Clark put up a monster game against the Phoenix Mercury to show Team USA that she deserves a spot on the roster and that her skills could compete against the best in the world. See, right from the opening tip, Caitlin sets up Aaliyah Boston underneath in a little 2-man action.
Oh, good ball movement, and it's busted in the finish.
Then moments later, she uncorks a long 3 to get herself going offensively.
Clark off the screen, launches, and drops a triple. But these Mercury...
But to me, it was really in this play that Caitlin let her feelings known about being snubbed in the Olympics.
Really physically demanding.
No, it is extremely difficult. Just one, not only physically, but also mentally staying in it.
I mean, Caitlin just toyed with her food here by giving her all the sauce that she could handle, and then she puts her on a blender before completing the play with a hoop and the harm. Now, after destroying her opponent, she locates Nalissa Smith for the easy stab down low. And then right after seeing Diana Taurasi make a basket, Caitlin just blitzes all the way to the other end of the court in just 5 seconds to get the and one bucket.
Veteran Diana Taurasi dialing back. And it's Clark on the other end.
As you can see on the right portion of the screen, Taurasi clearly wasn't happy that Caitlin made that play, which is why she complained about it to the refs, just like she always does. However, the refs stood their ground and teed her up for yapping too much, and because she can't keep her mouth shut, Taurasi is now a technical foul away from being suspended for 1 game. Anyway, back to the ball game. So after that incident, Caitlin just continued torching the Fever by hitting back-to-back long bombs to extend their lead to 19.
And that's Susan Clark.
Really get out in transition, see if you can get some early quick buckets.
Oh, Clark hits her third 3.
And in the second quarter, Caitlin turned on her quarterback mode and just began lasering ridiculous dimes one after the other.
Coming out of the Olympic break, Indiana comes up with a turnover. Here is Clark. This time it's Smith with a foul and an end. Here's Mitchell, oh, behind the defense. Here's Mitchell, oh, behind the defense.
Though the Mercury got back into the game, Caitlin once again took charge to make sure that they wouldn't be getting the lead. I mean, first she hit them with this nasty step back. Then she sets up Katie Lou for a top-of-the-key 3 to close out the third quarter on a strong note.
Who buries a 3? Clark, does Clark see the clock? Hand off Samuelson. Who buries a 3? Samuelson beats the buzzer.
Anyway, with the momentum clearly on their side, Caitlin continues to roll by knocking down this 3-pointer to open the 4th.
Clark off the screen, finds some space, and delivers. It's a triple for Caitlin Clark.
Like clockwork. Hey, set a screen.
Indiana back up double digits.
Then moments later, she finds AB rolling to the basket, who then lays it in.
Clark seeing 2, bounces. Oh, beautiful. It's Boston with the finish and the vision from Clark.
With 6 minutes left in the game, the Mercury still hung around and tried to close the distance. However, Caitlin had other plans in mind as she located Kelsey Mitchell in back-to-back possessions to beef up their lead even further.
Clark sizing up Cunningham. Here is Mitchell. Another 3. Mitchell is locked in. Clark sizing up Cunningham. Here is Mitchell, another three. Mitchell is locked in.
After those back-to-back threes, the Fever was already smelling blood as the clock winded down. And to wrap things up, it was Caitlin who delivered the final blow with this layup right here.
To settle things down here for the moment. She gets the step on Cunningham. Clark gets to the rim. As an old-fashioned shoot.
Before serving Mitchell once again with a nice dime to finally put this one in the bag.
Her easiest bucket in her young career.
Clark cutting. It's Mitchell with the finish. Clark cutting. It's Mitchell with the finish. Mitchell has matched her season high with 28 points here on Caitlin Clark's 10th assist. Kelsey Mitchell's 2.
Despite having 3 gold medalists in their roster, Caitlin just destroyed all of them by having a masterclass type of performance. Racking up a double-double of 29 points and 10 assists on 50% shooting from the field and 90% from the charity stripe made the first WNBA record at least 25, 10-5 in multiple games. Meanwhile, her ultimate hater, Taurasi, struggled big time, scoring just 16 points on 5 of 13 shooting from the field while just shooting 30% from 3. I mean, after Taurasi said,
"Look, SVP, reality is coming."
Okay.
You know, there's levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all went through it.
Of course.
And you see it on the NBA side, and you're going to see it on this side, where, you know, you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time. Not saying that's not going to translate, because when you're great at what you do, you're just going to get better. But there is going to be a transition period where you're going to have to give yourself some grace as a rookie, and you know, it might take a little bit longer for some people.
Caitlin and the Fever just beat her 3 times already. Actually 4 times, if you include Team WNBA beating Team USA during the All-Star game. Anyway, I think Taurasi and the rest of her haters now know that things aren't gonna look good if you piss off Caitlin Clark, and this game just shows exactly that, as she had a major revenge game to prove that she's only gonna get better and rise to the occasion the moment you pin her down.
Thank you. Caitlin, I have a question for you about the work you put in the gym and in the practice facility and all these last few games. I've noticed you've got some muscle growth these recent games.
Hey, you be studying my arms?
Yeah, you got some good arms.
Yeah, I do. It's pretty nice. I think at times, like, yeah, I'm small, but like, I try to hold my own the best I can, and it's actually funny. We were playing live the other day, and I was backing down E-Dub, and E-Dub's like, "Man, I thought I was just gonna push you out of the way, but you're a little stronger than I thought." I was like, "Yeah, E-Dub, like, don't mess with me." Like,